everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of the ITK Soccer Show. My name is Neil Marshall, and I'm joined as always by Dan and John. How are things, guys?
Good. Scark.
Yeah. We've got so much to talk about this week. It's probably the most packed show we've had today. We're going to be going over last week's Champions League and Premier League results. We also have League of Ireland and La Liga, all the latest news, and we'll be looking forward as well to the Capital One fixtures, Capital One Cup fixtures that are taking place this coming week as well, and also the Man United fans' lols. So let's just talk about last week's show first. You guys came under a lot of fire for being potentially unfair to Man United, I think, is the general criticism.
Yeah, let's just say we said last week that Man United, very good results to beat any team 4-0. Let's not get carried away. It was a terrible QPR team. We didn't want to be there. That's all we said. And I think, the last 5-3 this week to Leicester. So yeah. I think that shows what great pundits we are. Yeah, no,
I do feel that people were a little upset. Maybe
it's called analysis, Bill. It's called analysis.
But this is it. Like, they have to understand that they've, Jamie Carragher this week has come out in the light of the Leicester game and the season and said, that it's complete mismanagement at the top, buying so many incredible forwards and midfield players, but having nothing in defence. I think the headline on Football 365 today was, or maybe it was Eurosport, sorry, was they're the Harlem Globetrotters up front, and they're some non-league team in the back or something.
But that's what they're... it reminds me very much of the Galacticos of 2003.
Were they that bad in the back?
Fairly terrible. I remember there was a stage where they had their back four with Salgado and Carlos were just bombing forward as wingers essentially. So that left. Remember Francisco Pavon? Did you ever hear him?
I vaguely.
And Raul Bravo, who had a loan spell with Leeds under Terry Venables. They were the two centre halves, and literally they had no one. They had Beckham supposed to be sitting in front of the defence minding them.
In fairness,
it was just so it was so hilarious that all that you had to do against Madrid was if you could just have any counter attack and put the ball into the box.
They have some shocking injuries though. They have a player they just bought coming in. Evans, Jones, Smalling, all out injured, and now they've Blackett suspended. I can't wait to see United's game on the weekend.
Who are they playing? They're playing.
I know this. West Ham.
Oh yeah.
At home.
West Ham could. Well, not at home. I think they'll have too much fun.
I think it's a freak result.
It isn't. It isn't.
It definitely is.
To be honest, they don't have the players in defence.
As Sky Sports said on their ridiculously poor segue, they were like 5-3 could be a Ryder Cup score. Speaking of the Ryder Cup, we're showing it.
That was a real cheap pop, alright.
But no, United stormed out. They looked absolutely fantastic going forward. That Di Maria finish was.
Look, the one thing I always said about everyone always says to me about Barcelona, they're great going forward, there's no defence. They could defend somewhat better than these guys.
No, that's what happened though.
But I do agree. There's always two sides of football.
It's ridiculous.
This is just
the ball was out of play for Leicester's first. The second one wasn't a penalty.
No, it was a foul. Very.
And the third one, the United of old would have defended that, but the pressure was on, and that defence would fold with a good gust of wind.
I do think it is really, really important to mention that the penalty was outrageous and did change the game. That
it was Raphael being stupid.
If it changed the game or not, there is no excuse to concede 3 goals unreplied with 25 minutes to go against Leicester City.
Premier League sides are just not equipped.
They were 3-1. They were 3-1 up after 60 minutes.
I'm well aware, Dan, but you can't deny that.
They played 3 of the last season's top 5 and United now, and they've 8 points.
They're 7, aren't they? 6,
something like that.
Man United are 13th.
But granted, none of the top 3 won this weekend, which also happened in Germany, which is
the top 3 is you're including Aston Villa and that.
No, I mean the top 3 of last season.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
but that is kind of a weird one considering they were playing each other.
The Premier League tweeted that earlier. They go, the top 3 of last year didn't win. That's why it's clearly the best league in the world. Bundesliga immediately reply, Dortmund didn't win, or either Bayern Munich and Schalke lost as well.
Yeah.
Calm down.
That is true. But
it is fantastic.
Just going back to the Man United match, and you're talking about, it being a freak victory. No Premier League team have ever been able, thus far, to keep a hold of Cambiasso. This is a fact. They just haven't. It's just an element they haven't had to deal with. And look what happened. I've never lost my mind so much for a goal. And it's nothing to do with the fact it was Man United, but it did help.
I swapped over to the Grand Prix when I went 3-1.
Well, no.
So I was half watching the Grand Prix,
I suppose.
and I was just like, yeah, nothing's happening in the Grand Prix. The safety car's just come out. That's going to be going around for about 6 or 7 laps.
I was having a bit of
Turn back. What the fuck? It's 3-3.
I was out on Sunday and saw it was like 2-0 or something. I was like, that's good win for United. Fuck, they're going to be ahead of us now, and United will have to.
You never hear the end of it now.
We'll have to retract our statements or whatever. Which, in fairness, they look really good. Like they looked a lot better.
Yeah,
than
no, this
Leicester.
is true. As you kind of mentioned earlier, that Di Maria goal was outrageous. Falcao's cross to Van Persie was perfect. Falcao also hit the bar before the second goal for Leicester. So.
And the crowd was amazing as well. I'd compare it.
The crowd were
I'd compare it to the Crystal Palace Liverpool match last season.
Yeah. Oh, a lot of people do.
You get one free goal and then just the defense falls apart.
I don't think there's any argument in saying that. Like, obviously, they're incredible going forward. They're going to have tremendous issues in the back, but they have enough going forward that they'll most likely just be able to outscore teams.
Oh no, I do agree
season.
with that. Like, I think anyone, who knows about football, Man United will definitely be top 6 anyway. Like,
yeah,
they're not going to stay where they are. Like, of course not. They're amazing going forward. Like, they're actually incredible to watch at the moment.
Yeah,
but
well, I think
this is realistic as well. Like, I don't know many teams with that bad a defense.
Well, it'll be
or no holding. Well, Blind is all right.
They're like Spurs of I think Spurs of last year, where I think they'll beat almost every team, but they'll come against the top 5 or thing, and they'll just they've started off really.
But Man
poorly,
United haven't played. The best team they played is Leicester.
That's true.
Like, they've got Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City all coming up, I think, in the next month.
I'm trying to stand up for you, Man United here, but you've conceded 9 goals to MK Dons and Leicester City this season. It's not easy.
Yeah, no.
Did they not lose 5-0 to MK Dons?
No, it's 4.
Is it?
Okay, so let's just go in order of what happened. We'll start off with the Champions League recap. Tuesday night we had Liverpool scraping past Ludogorets. This was some game. It was very, very hard to watch.
Liverpool are fucking dreadful.
Yeah, it's.
By the way, Man United fans, we are also going to say Liverpool were dreadful. But Leeds, on the other hand, this week.
Dan's actually wearing his Leeds jersey from Saturday.
Let's stay on topic. We'll get to that team that people really care about soon. But this was just shocking first half. Second half, it's the same, more of the same. Like, not to make excuses, but one would hope if they were to get any return of form, the reason that it's going to take a while is because of the gelling of so many new players. And obviously a lot of players on the Liverpool team didn't have Champions League experience.
I thought that was the biggest key. Like, I was in work for it, but I recorded it and I watched all the highlights and stuff, and I got home and watched it, and I was like, Jesus, like, this is like. We'll talk about it in a minute, but Arsenal got destroyed by Dortmund. Let's just say, like, it could have been 7-0.
Yeah,
like,
we'll get there.
I think it's a blessing in disguise for Liverpool that happened to Arsenal, because I think everyone just didn't talk about Liverpool and they kind of went under the radar.
Liverpool are getting a bit lucky with the last week of fixtures.
Like, I thought
they weren't the worst team in the Champions League, and they probably got the 4th worst defeat in the Premier League.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Like, they got pretty much humped by West Ham on Saturday night. What did Man United do on Sunday morning? Beat that again. What did Arsenal do? Yeah. They let Liverpool out of jail. Like, I know they still won. 3 points is the main thing in the group stage, but.
Okay, so we had Balotelli scoring, basically taking control in the box out of nothing, and just a fantastic first goal for Balotelli. He did celebrate, so this clearly does mean a lot to him. Then it was just Ludogorets on the break every time. Steve Gerrard, being the last line of the defensive midfield, is just something that isn't quite working at the moment, to say the least.
It's almost he's playing 10 yards deeper this year. He's almost playing as a third centre back or a sweeper.
Well, it's not. What's happening is
doing that as
last season we had obviously Suarez and Sturridge, and now we don't have either of them. So managers know to stop Gerrard.
Yeah.
It's almost like how when Dortmund beat Real Madrid, how Klopp came out and he was like, "Stop Xabi Alonso, you stop Real Madrid."
Yeah.
That's what teams are doing to the thing now. Like, and Gerrard's not in good form. Like, at Bonlahor and Downing have stopped him.
Yeah,
this week, like, he's not in good form at all. But there's
I don't mean to be putting you guys upset, but is he maybe in the downturn?
Well, he had a great season last year.
He
shouldn't have played 3 matches in a week. I'll give him that.
He is being marked out of it, and
he's been really 3 full matches. We've been really affected by injuries.
I think the injuries are hurting you, but I still think you'd want to have kind of, if you stop Gerrard or Liverpool can't play.
Well, that's what we have Sturridge for, and we have other players. We have Lallana, who's not fully fit yet, and a new striker we're trying to get into a team
maybe
that
he could put 2
into.
guys there, maybe him and Lucas or something.
Lucas played, and it was worse.
But see, Lucas just played on the right of the diamond.
That's what I'm saying. I have 2 sitting.
Yeah, you need to maybe...
And then maybe,
This
occupy the space more.
my explanation as well for the attack on Gerrard is it plays into actually the Ludogorets goal. Moreno and more so Manquillo are asked to kind of push up quite a bit, and that means that like Lovren and Sacco or Lovren and Skirtle or whoever the case may be are pretty much just there to kind of make runs back if needs be. So Mignolet can't cross out of the box. Like he can't supply from. So Liverpool are playing out of the box, which means with the wingers or with the fullbacks already running on, the central defender sitting there, how do Liverpool start attacks?
Well, that's the whole thing.
If people are marking Gerrard,
Victor Valdez comes in as a keeper.
Oh, absolutely.
His passing is exceptional as a goalkeeper.
Just speaking
of he'll be able to spread the play. He instead of going, where's Gerrard? He'll be able to pick out Manquillo or Moreno 30 yards away, straight to their feet.
Absolutely.
And that'll spread the play more, and we'll actually give Gerrard more.
Now,
that's a lot of
it was Manquillo as well, who was pretty much almost in the opposition's penalty area when the counter-attack started, and God bless Lovren and Gerrard, but they just couldn't cope with the pace. So that was 1-1 before a last-minute penalty was given. Barini went down in the box.
Manquillo went down in the box.
Was it Manquillo? Oh, why did I think it was... Okay, fair enough. Sorry.
Because Barini celebrated it.
Yes. And Gerrard, the most composed football player in the history of the world, scored...
He's not on his feet.
A penalty. It's just...
Did you see he slipped the other night?
Oh, he slipped more than once.
It was quite funny, actually.
Yeah,
we had a bit of a giggle in the old pub.
Okay, so as Dan said, Arsenal and Dortmund, it was 2-0. It could have been more, and of course this is Dortmund without Royce. Arsenal woes continue. Like they just do not seem to have much together. They made short work of Aston Villa. We'll get to that, but it seems that when it matters, Arsenal are not a tippy top team, and that will also kind of I think come to fruition.
Having Mikel Arteta as defensive midfield, like it's just
what
does he think?
People think they've got a great squad now. You expect people like Mikel Arteta to come in and if they've got.
But I think anyone could have seen that, even Flamini.
Did he play Ozil out in the wing?
He finally moved him to number 10, which we were discussing last week actually here that he should be doing, and Ozil played actually pretty well against Villa. Goal and assist. Look,
Villa were the better team and they got 3 goals within 10 minutes or something, or 5 minutes or something.
We'll get there, guys. We'll get there. Chelsea and Schalke was a draw at Stamford Bridge, which is just not really what Chelsea would have hoped. They were the better team. Sescu got the goal. He's just his record so far in terms of goals and assists per game is incredible. How nobody else tried to pick him up, except Man U did, and blah blah blah. But it's just he's proving to be very crucial for Chelsea. But that was somewhat of a surprise result.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Definitely.
Your man Draxler was very good.
Yeah, he was incredible.
They do have
Arsenal said no to him.
And
they did come third, didn't
Prince.
the Prince, the footballer formerly known as Prince. Bayern and City had a very interesting game on Wednesday night.
I felt bad for City at the end of this.
Look, listen, guys. A goalie can't be the sole reason why you feel bad for a team if they lose. Like he did incredible.
According to the Liverpool Echo, future Liverpool goalie Joe Hart.
Such
Who
nonsense.
said
that? The Echo and the Metro had this today.
Yeah.
Have they nothing to write about? Or
why would we get rid of a dodgy nonsense goalie for another nonsense dodgy goalie?
Hart knows he's a bit better than me.
I don't know why Joe Hart would want to go.
Exactly.
I think Joe Hart has a better...
no, Joe Hart...
Well, they want to get rid of him because he's not very good. And they want another goalie.
They have Willie.
They do have Willie, but they might want a younger goalie. Willie must be about 33,
maybe they want Valdez.
Well, Valdez has already, according to Guillaume Balaguer, agreed to take the medical next month, so we'll see.
Guillaume Balaguer talks about it.
I wouldn't believe what he says from here.
If he says enough things, he's right.
Yeah, he could just keep talking.
Barca scraped by what looked to be like the worst opposition beside Ludogorets.
Killian Sheridan up front for Apoel, the only Irish player in Champions League.
That is incredible.
Well, to be fair, he changed 9 players from the game. He did.
They also bought about 9 people this year.
Well, no, they were playing a lot of kids like Sandro, Sergio Roberto.
What's the score in this match?
1-0. I was very surprised.
PK got the goal.
Oh,
so he's been backdropped.
Says it all.
It was 1-0 like the 5th minute or something, wasn't it?
Sandro. Who's the other? Munir played Rafinha. Like they played a hell of a lot of young players. To be fair, like he knew what he was doing. He rested everyone. They still haven't conceded a goal yet this year, Barcelona.
Okay, that's an incredible stat. A couple of other results. Roma, who returned to the Champions League for the first time in many, many years, 5-1 against CSKA Moscow. They killed them dead. Gervinho again
His hair.
showing... Well, he's had issues. Madrid beat Basel 5-1. They were just sensational going forward for about 25 minutes. It was as good as anything I've seen. People are saying it's Madrid are the team to beat. I still think Bayern might have a chance. And Italian champions Juve 2-0 as well. One thing coming out of this that's undeniable, obviously Liverpool scraped by, but they were the only Premier League team to win.
Yeah, it's the worst start for English teams ever in the Champions League, I think.
I'm locking myself in a bomb shelter for Liverpool Real Madrid.
It could be a fucking disaster.
Well, I won't be if you play like you are at the moment. It could be, but
then again, against bigger teams, I can't remember last time we got shellacked by a big team, a big club. So
West Ham not count.
No.
In fairness to West Ham, they were
Man City.
Sam
kinda
Allardyce,
took you apart
as
a bit.
cocky as he was in his interviews, he was brilliant. He knew Liverpool would want to start slow, and he just 2 goals in the first 10 minutes. Like,
But that was very clever though. What he did, we put the two big lads, Valencia and Sacco. He put them pretty much on the
I wouldn't
fullbacks.
really call
and he-
Valencia a big lad. He's a fast lad.
in fairness to
Right,
Rodgers,
he's-
Rodgers did change it. Like Dan did call it in the pub that, well, you make a change. You know, you just rarely see a manager
He
make a
did.
change.
No, but he had to. Like,
No,
it
he had
was-
to. We were being.
Okay,
like-
we'll get there. We'll start Premier League now. We'll go through the Saturday results. Queen's Park Rangers 2-2 at home to Stoke. Cranchar.
worst 2-2 match you'll ever see. By the way,
Go ahead.
I didn't watch it.
Why do you
Just
say
hates
such a-
QPR.
No, it was just that bad. I turned it
Cracking
off.
free kick by
Crancher.
Cranchar. for
Say what
the
you will.
colours.
This is the 73rd time that he's been signed by Harry Redknapp, but
He wants to get Crouch as well. Literally, no joke, for January.
Crouch had a great game. He
Well, Crouch scored.
Yeah, he's trying to
Goal
prove
and
himself
assist.
for Harry.
he's trying to prove himself.
I know there's a lot of rumours Defoe is coming back from Toronto, so I'll be Crouch and Defoe front for like the 4th club.
I'm
That's
pretty sure that
incredible.
won't happen.
So it'll be England, Portsmouth twice, Spurs twice,
You're counting England.
QPR. Well,
is, yeah.
Well, they played together for England up front.
Did they ever start again?
They
probably
must
did.
have started a game. Surely they did.
Okay. Swansea City lost to Southampton. Victor
Tony
Wanyama.
went
Did you see?
fucking
Did you see
mad.
him growling?
Okay.
What was that
Tell
about?
us about this red
Well,
card.
basically, the ball's up in the air, and I can't remember the Southampton player goes in.
It was Yoshida, the Japanese lad.
Yoshida going
Yeah.
up for a jump, and all you hear is a roar from Boney while he headbutts Yoshida in the air.
I honestly, it was the most terrifying
It just
thing
gets
I've
yelled,
ever
and
seen.
then like 10 minutes later, and this is the first half, like just scissor kicks, slide challenge, and they get the second yellow and set off, and it's like, what? Me? Never seen a man deserving of a red
What was he
card.
roaring about? Why does
You'll honestly have to YouTube
Yeah.
this after
I-
the show.
I will.
It's actually quite terrifying.
he is a pretty intimidating guy. That's phenomenal. Yeah, it's a red card for Wilfred Boney. 1-0 to Southampton. Newcastle and Hull 2-2. Cisse was back from injury, scored both goals, saved their blushes. They were 2-0
Saved
down.
Pardews' job. He saved his job another week.
Yeah, you could pretty much say
Yelovich
that.
got the Lionel Messi goal from the FIFA ads.
Incredible goal.
Was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was that good. Yeah,
And
Diami got a good save.
the Newcastle fans, I listened to you, and I went on sackpardew.com today.
I haven't been on that.
It's actually brilliant. They've every bad result since 2011 or whatever he took over. Like,
Is it true Jordy running it? Is he?
I don't think so. I think, like, from fairness, it's a horrible way. Like, he's a horrible manager, but
Yeah.
it's just hilarious.
But like it's
It's
ironic.
has Fernando Torres
It's like-
scored yet? But, like,
It's
that's
ironic though that like Cisse has been so shite
Yeah.
for Pardew and has
Mhm.
never scored the goals for him. As out now, ironically, probably kept him in a job and annoyed the fans even more.
Mm.
Like literally, if they had lost, I think he was gone.
I think Newcastle would be happy to see a goal and celebrate.
Your prediction of Newcastle being a surprise package isn't.
It's just kick-starting. Like Gerrard's penalty kicked off Liverpool's Champions League campaign, Happy Cisse is going to kick them into a Champions
Yeah,
League run.
we'll wait and see.
Your
Burnley.
prediction of Southampton getting relegated either.
Oh, I'm doing terrible. Like, no bones about it. Wait till we get to the fantasy.
Burnley,
Burnley.
my prediction for top goal scorer of the Premier League, David Nugent.
He's off the mark.
Got off the mark there.
It's off the mark.
But he was off the pitch for the second penalty, so fuck that.
Fuke that. Speaking of, there was actually a couple of records made and a couple of potential records to be broken that weren't in the City Chelsea match. We'll get that in a minute. Burnley and Sunderland 0-0. There's been many 0-0s this season so far.
Burnley
I
have
bet
been all of them.
That's a tip for fancy football. Get Michael Duff in. I have him for $4 million in the fancy football. He's already got me 18 points.
Eventually someone
in
will
3
score
matches.
against Burnley and they'll go, right down because they're not scoring a goal for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, and Villa and Arsenal. So yeah, this was just an onslaught. Ozil at 33, Welbeck at 34. That's 3 goals for Danny Welbeck, isn't it? And Sissoko at 36. So
We'll get to it when we're talking a bit later on about me thinking way ahead of the game on Friday about my fancy football team. But I thought Arsenal were in such dreadful form that I started Ali Sissoko. To sum up my fantasy,
Oh, you were -1
at
for a while.
at the end of Saturday, I had -2 points.
Jesus Christ. I can't even believe you seem to have this strange allegiance to Ali Sissoko. Did he really impress you that much last season?
Top left back in the world, some people said.
They did, yeah.
I won't say that.
They did. Like people like, what are
I remember he was really good at
What are
Porto in
Valencia
Leon years ago.
doing? Yeah, no.
I actually thought he was really good. That was about 2006 and
But
2007.
anyway, no,
now,
because
to be fair.
I was out in Dunleary and I was checking the scores as you do, and I was like nil in most of the games on Saturday were around the 30-minute mark, and then I was like, grand, I'll just check my phone there. 3-0, -2 for Sissoko. Scored no goal, the fucker.
And the final game, I don't think we need to say more about this, but it was West Ham 3, Liverpool 1. Raheem Sterling getting goal back for Liverpool after Reed and Sacco scored. And then Morgan, what's his name?
Who?
You know, the
Morgan
Italian-
Amatafano.
yeah. That was his debut, wasn't it?
There
Yeah.
wasn't a single positive thing to say about Liverpool's performance of that. Even Jordan Henderson played terrible,
That's true.
and that never happened.
And when that happens, it's always bad news. Okay, moving on to Sunday's results. Spurs and West Brom. Yes, Spurs
Tottenham made 10 changes from Thursday,
really.
and they lost to the worst team in the league.
They were. I watched the highlights last night. West Brom
They-
took them
They were
apart.
terrible.
Yeah.
And West Brom are the worst team in the league.
Tottenham have
second
been
or
on a
third.
real slump since the Liverpool game.
That's my problem. I was like, I felt comfortable when we beat Spurs, but now West Brom have done it.
Yeah.
Well, Spurs have beaten. They beat QPR again. They beat them 4-0 as well at home, to be honest. So I think they won another match as well, and they got a draw at Sunderland. Lost to you guys, and
Nobody wants
now have
to
lost
get
to
top
West
four
Brom
this
at
year,
home.
too.
Like they could have been actually 2 or 3-0 down.
Mm-hmm.
Leicester got did well actually at the back. Made his debut.
The game of potentially the season, Leicester City and Manchester United. As we stated, Man U were irresistible at the start. Van Persie, incredible goal after a Falcao cross that literally looked like the greatest weighted ball I've ever seen in my life. It looked in
It's
slow motion as
terrifying.
it was happening. It is terrifying. How good they could be. Di Maria shone again, 16 minutes in. Yola, is that his name?
Joa.
Joa, yeah. 70 minutes, got one back for Leicester before Herrera got just something that looked like a complete clusterfuck of a goal.
Joa
until
now
the-
has scored 1 goal against Everton, 1 goal against Arsenal, and 2 against Man United.
That's incredible.
And he got another one again. He won the winner against Stoke.
Herrera had a sneaky little kind of like back heel goal. It looked like a mess, and then it all went to hell.
Then the calamity started.
The calamity started. So we had the David Nugent scoring a penalty after Raphael was brought down in the box, after Raphael had been clearly fouled outside.
Oh, it was a definite foul.
So
But to be fair, it was typical Raphael stuff. I'll lose the head and I'll just foul him and do something stupid.
yeah.
You know.
Then we had Cambiasso, the ball bobbled to the front of the 6-yard box, and he just unleashed.
He looked really good,
lost
didn't he?
my
He
mind.
looked really good.
Oh, I'm so happy to see.
Why
Cambiasso.
didn't Diego Maradona take him to the World Cup that year?
Yeah, no, you know we were
4
watching.
years ago, Cambiasso.
Yeah, we were
Damn.
watching
I
that-
love how they already have a song about him.
Do they?
Yeah.
What is it?
Sing.
It's magic, you know. I don't know his first name. It's
Esteban Cambiasso.
Cambiasso.
We were watching Match of the Day 2 last night before the Night of Champions, and myself and Claire, and we just couldn't believe that Esteban Cambiasso's last World Cup was 2006. It's just so unfair.
He
Like,
scored I think the vote as the greatest ever World Cup goal as well.
Yeah, it was
he
fantastic.
he finished
With
off
the
that move.
35
Yeah.
passes or
Look,
something.
he is a shockingly underrated player, and it is such a coup for Leicester to get him, and it really helps that Leicester are just really good anyway. So he's going to shine.
He's a
in
great
that team.
manager, though.
Yeah, no,
Great
it's
manager.
just excellent. Then Vardy scored in 79 minute. He broke after Man U let go
He was
of
playing in
possession halfway
Conference
through.
North a few years ago. It's been
Yeah.
said by
To be fair,
everyone,
though,
so
he
I
was a
thought
little
it was-
prick in the championship last year
He's a little
against
prick
Leeds.
now.
Yeah, he's little bollocks.
He took his goal very well.
He did.
And then we had Blackett being sent off. in
The most
83rd
obvious
minute.
penalty you'll ever see.
And then a Man United fan said that wasn't a red card as well.
Who? Do we know?
We won't mention names.
Okay.
Just letting you know. That was the sort of stuff me and John were dealing with yesterday.
Okay, and I can understand how Man United fans would be like. Look, if I was a Man United fan right now, I'd just be constantly harping on about the Raphael decision. Because
but it's again,
Like,
but again, it's
their first goal as well.
one at a time.
One, it's welcome to being a football fan. You lose matches, you win matches. Like,
No, they mostly lose matches.
yeah, I suppose. Leeds win matches these days.
You won one match.
We've won 2 matches in a row, 6 goals scored actually.
To sum up how mad your victory was, your chairman celebrated with the crowd because he knew it would never happen.
We'll get
He's
to the
fantastic,
fucking
man. He's a
Leeds
great
match
man.
in a minute.
You'll say that when you're like down, like you're not a club anymore.
Playing with Jamie Vardy's old club.
Everton lost at home to Crystal Palace. This was absolute madness, wasn't it?
Mention 2 of my stupid fantasy weekend where I went. Nice simple home. He's had a good few goals already. Naismith captain.
I saw that.
Yeah, I brought Naismith on for Sturridge.
He played 20 minutes and got a yellow card. So no points for my captain.
Nilbois. Yeah, 3-2, 2 penalties in the game
But Everton should have hockeyed them.
in the first half.
Tim Howard has not come back from the World Cup.
And,
if he's not getting a phone call off Obama, he's just not interested.
Aren't we all? So
I think that's the best way to sum up that match anyway.
okay, finally we had Manchester City against Chelsea. This was the quality was there at times, but it was a very cagey affair. I think Mourinho was trying to replicate what he did last year when he went to the Emirates, and
Except City were worth their point this time.
Yeah, they were.
They should have won. Chelsea were terrible.
That's what I'm saying. Like City really, I thought gave him a week,
I
especially
am-
when they were at 10 men.
I
City
do
kept
not
playing.
know.
City kept playing.
I do not know who's going to be sent off first. Balotelli or Costa. How Costa was staying on the pitch yesterday.
I don't think
He
it was.
put his hands around someone there. He's an
To be fair-
absolute
to be
scumbag.
fair-
It's just because he's scoring a few goals. Everyone's like, "What a player!"
But he is a good player.
Like Tevez, bulldog-like approach type.
Well, no.
shit.
To be fair, Zabaleta actually put his hands on him first, and he
I
kind
don't
of
give a
just.
shit. He's a horrible.
It was a
Um,
yellow card each. To
Yeah.
be honest, like
If
Zabaleta got sent off like an idiot.
If Diego
yeah.
if Diego Costa had scored yesterday, he would have been the first Premier League player to score in his first 5 games.
and he
know
nearly did.
Sturridge
He hit the
last
post.
year. Oh
I
no,
thought
he
Cesc-
almost did set.
Cesc-
Cesc-
almost did
Cesc
it.
put him in, and he hit the post.
He did. That is absolutely true. He did hit the post.
I
As
was
bad-
so
as-
annoyed because
as
my
bad as you're
fantasy
saying
team
Chelsea-
was perfect. If that
like
happened.
Mourinho's thing,
Okay,
where like
I'm just going to make a new rule. We have to stop going on about the fantasy team and crouching on these games. Okay, talk about the fantasy at the end.
I'm just saying how bad my fantasy is. Not
I'm just saying I'm still on
I
top.
was gonna say I liked Mourinho.
Jesus Christ.
Mourinho summed up the game where he was like, "I brought on Schürrle to get the goal, but I took off Ramirez, who would have stopped the Man City goal."
Wow.
Yeah,
Very
Yeah,
honest by
but
him.
he took Schürrle off last week against Swansea because he let the left back Neil Taylor run forward,
Yeah.
and he took him off at half time because of that.
Yeah.
He said he cost him the goal, and just punishment. He did the same with Eden Hazard as well. Champions League semi-final against Madrid last year. He let Felipe Luis run all the time,
Yeah.
and so obviously
Frank
he's-
Lampard can fuck right off.
Okay, we're getting there. So Schürrle scored in the 71st minute after Zab got the red, and Frank came on, and it just
Remembered he played for Man City for a bit.
yeah, he looked so sad coming on. Wasn't there something at the start of the season?
He was
that
nearly
said-
crying when he scored.
Yeah, Milner basically crossed it in. The box was absolutely packed, and he somehow just got a foot to it, and it bobbled through. He of course he didn't celebrate, and he also tried his very best to stop the City players from coming over to him.
You could have signed for anyone else, you sack. You signed up for the only rival for the title. Oh, can't believe this has happened.
Now,
To
did you
be
hear
honest,
about
he
his
nearly
record?
scored 2 goals though.
Did you hear about his record? He's the only player. He's the only player. I think he actually had the record anyway, but now it's even further gone. He has scored against more Premier League teams than any player in history. 39 different
Yeah,
teams
very
he
good.
scored against now because he scored against Chelsea. It's so
You
good.
see, the Chelsea fans on Twitter want credit for like applauding their greatest ever player onto the pitch. Way to go, lads!
They want. Well, I think it's safe to say that.
Yes,
Yeah,
there'll
but
be
say
a
if,
statue of
say
him.
if Gerrard left though.
That-
You,
that-
yeah, all Liverpool fans would be saying he's the greatest ever player of all time though, as well.
Yes, he is.
But he's not.
For the team.
Oh, for the team, yeah. Well, he's for Chelsea. He was.
That's what I said.
Yeah, no, but you said he's the best Christopher player ever.
For
I thought you-
Chelsea.
Oh, that's all right then.
I said their greatest.
Ah,
Why are
they're
you
right.
arguing this point?
No,
Yeah.
I thought you said
No,
of all
I'm just
time.
about to go on a half-an-hour lecture why Frank Lampard's the greatest player ever to play.
Yeah, no, I think John's point is that Chelsea feel that they deserve some sort of plaudits for applauding Frank Lampard.
So what do we give them a clap?
No, we don't. No, we don't give them a clap.
Oh.
See, this is what happens when this happens all the time when former players come on. Like it was like Drogba against you know, when Galatasaray played Chelsea, like nobody, they didn't. Did they ask for a den for applauding Drogba? Maybe if he had scored, they might have. Okay. Moving on to some news here. Dan, you're so excited because you've got a coach that's going to change the history of the football or something like that. All right, go on.
Yeah.
Who is he?
Great.
Who is he?
Darko Milanic is a new Leeds manager.
Him?
Him, yeah.
So you didn't get the Argentinian manager then?
No.
Or Fowler?
Or Fowler.
Or Hasselbank.
So what's
Or
this
Dan.
guy? Who's
Or
this
me.
guy ever beat?
He's one. Well, he's playing in the Sturm Graz, and they play in the Arnold Schwarzenegger Stadium. So he must be good.
Hold on, he's a player.
No, he's managed there. Sturm Graz. He's won leagues kind of all over Europe and stuff. So
So is Roy Hodgson.
he has. Roy Hodgson do a good job for Leeds. Championship level, mid-table championship. Let's see them.
That's what you want.
So no, yeah, this guy's taken in, and he's
Alan
taken.
Pardew do a good job for you by the sounds of it.
Oh jeez, I wouldn't take
Mid-table,
Pardew.
you're great.
Yeah, but no. So after Neil Redfern has like won the last 3 out of the 4 games, and he's done really well. So he's left them in a really good position, and the players actually playing really well now.
Should they not just have kept Neil?
I'd put him back with the youths, to be honest, but he's done really well though, and like I think Chelino actually has respect for him and knows he did a good job. So I think that's actually good as well for the relations as well with some of the backroom staff, because there's fuck all people there. Chelino sacked everyone else.
Okay.
So no, I'm happy enough.
Debussy out for 3 months. Did we not know this?
Yeah, but it's been confirmed now.
Okay, that's no good.
There was
for
fuck all in the news right today, so I just put it in.
Qatar 2022 in doubt. This is very. I thought this was going to be in doubt for a while.
FIFA have said no now, but a delegate from them said earlier today, it was the German lad, said this isn't happening. I think if it was up to him, he said it's not happening.
I don't think it can happen.
It can't. Like even if they put it back to winter,
But
it's
that can't
fucking
happen.
up the whole European leagues.
It can't happen.
For years, because they'll have to change 2 years before, and then that'll affect the European Championships, wouldn't it?
Why would they have to change 2 years before?
Because then there'll be a gap of 6 months without football, won't there? As well, if they're changing to winter football, or they have to change to summer football.
I suppose.
Do what they did in the Harry Potter books and just cancel the Premier League altogether and just have the World Cup.
I wouldn't be a fan.
What's the Premier League in Harry Potter?
Whatever, the Quidditch World Cup.
Oh.
Quidditch thing.
Oh, fair
EA
enough.
Sports.
Capcom Cup.
Okay, so the Aviva Stadium is getting. I thought it was 4 games from.
4.
Are you sure
Or is
it's
it
I'm
3?
pretty sure it's 3.
Oh, sorry,
It's 3.
3. Oh,
Basically,
typo.
if Ireland qualify, we get to play at home.
And
Ah.
another thing on FIFA as well, a guy called Champagne. Well, because it's not his name.
FIFA's
but
out on
Champagne
Friday.
Has he's
right.
actually he's going against Blatter. He says he's going to throw his head.
He won't win, it doesn't matter.
He won't
Okay.
win. Yeah, but
Let-
I think it's good. Someone's actually trying to stop this man.
So Wembley got the final as well.
They did, yes, and they
Okay.
got to 2 semis.
They did. Okay, excellent. Well, I presume like that's excellent. You know, we can. It'd be easy enough to go to matches over here, and you know, I think that I think going to a semi-final or a final is if you tried hard enough early enough, you could do it. It's more realistic than going somewhere slightly more.
What do you think
Far
of that whole
foot.
system where it's all over Europe? I'm not too sure.
That's madness.
It
I
is.
still don't understand
So
it,
where
like-
exactly is it the home? Like
It's
so,
Europe. It's the European Championships.
And the finals in England.
So it's all over the place. That
Yeah.
that will take its toll in terms of people.
Apparently what's
Do
happening
teams have
is
to travel much,
They've
or is it done in pockets? Like this group, their matches will be
It's
over
kind of taking
this
the
side.
fun away from it. Like, basically, if Ireland qualify for this Euros, we should go to it because it's the only one we'll get to like go to a foreign country and have a crack.
Yeah, I don't understand it really.
I'm not too sure. I'm not too keen. Well, maybe it will be a good idea, but I don't know. I like the old traditional, just having the old country. Like
I did enjoy the internationals being on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So
That could be pretty cool. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so Roma firm on Kevin Struman. They've been kind of taking this hard line for a long time. Man, you've been the
United
people knocking
desperately
on the
need
door.
him. I can see them throwing a lot of money at it.
Is
Just they
he?
need-
I don't think. I think he's.
is he not
good.
more of a creative kind of?
He is, but
I don't know if he's the
it wasn't.
answer
I was
at
told
all.
Herrera was a defensive midfielder, and now he's there attacking mid. So
Well, he's kind of more.
He's a
He's literally a central midfielder, like
Yeah.
like Joe Allen, kind of like.
the problem with
Is it
United
better?
now is they're going to have to take a risk on a centre back, and as Liverpool have shown with their ridiculous buyings of centre backs, it doesn't work.
Who is there? Like
Wait, like, no, but your man who played for City yesterday,
Mangala.
yeah, he was great.
Yeah, he looked good. But like even like there's people like Rafa Varane. Like he's kind of not really getting a game at Madrid. Like he'd be good now.
Oh yeah.
But again, like Madrid aren't going to sell him in January. Hummels isn't going to go in January.
To add some news to it, there's rumours that Carlos Tevez is going to be in the Argentina squad for the first time in 3 years.
Oh, really?
So that trip to Disneyland did him the world of good.
It did indeed.
It's a bit late now for him, isn't it? I thought like
Well, they got Brazil coming up anyway.
was gone.
And I think they were like Higuain missed the chances in the World Cup final. So
yeah, and Tevez has been good. Tevez actually got both goals, which was there was a Champions League drought for him. He hadn't scored in like
Since 2009 or
also
something.
Yeah.
Napoli lost again. So Rafa will be sacked soon.
Oh God, okay.
So Newcastle.
He's coming back. He's
coming
going
to
back.
Newcastle.
He's going back to Liverpool.
Don't know what I do about
Brendan on the ropes. Rafa on the up. Here we go.
Brendan's on the ropes.
that. No, not yet. Anyway,
Give him Middlesbrough.
So go through the League of Ireland results there for us, guys.
Cork beat Limerick, so they're back in the title hunt because Dundalk were occupied in the EA Cup final. They beat Rovers 3-2. So that was quite a tussle up there. Dundalk won 3-2, and the FA Cup semi-finals have been drawn. And it's Rovers v Derry and Pats v Finn Harp. So the two northern teams have drawn the two Dublin teams away from home, and everyone's going that it's a big fix to have the two Dublin teams in the final.
Is this true?
I think it's a bit like it was made in front of a lot of people. Like, I don't know. You know, it's the ideal draw for them, but again, you know, it's a little bit
Dubious.
yeah, it's dubious, but again, you know, I think a lot of people like to see Finn Harps, especially Dave Nocton, get to the final. Can you imagine Rovers see Finn Harps? Like, Dave would be in the middle of Finn Harps Ultras giving us socks.
Is he
I
actually a
would
Finn Harps
guarantee
fan?
that Dave Knocklin will not be anywhere near it.
Well, he's always saying he loves Finn Harps.
Are we going to mention the Rovers fans beating the shit out of them?
Yeah, I was going to say that there. There was
what?
a couple of guys apparently beat the shit out of some guy or something, or they're throwing cans at him or something. I don't know what the fuck.
Who was he? He was a
They were walking through the estates to get to the Oriel Park,
okay.
and then there was like a group of like 5 or 6 idiots, like just morons, like, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a shame because like they fucking ruin it for everyone. Like, it was apparently a cracking match. I didn't get to see it. It was on Satanta, and apparently it was an absolute cracking match. Both teams played really well. Could have gone either way. Loads of goals. The finals that you want. Both teams gave it their all, and then idiots just ruin it and give the league a bad name. That's the problem with it.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily like a lot of people would probably have more time for League of Ireland if they didn't know those absolute gobshites, brain dead fucking idiots don't go to those games, like, you know. Like, that's the whole thing, but you don't even see them in every game. Like, you might see them one game every year, they turn up and just ruin it. You know what I mean? That's the problem. There's just that mentality within a very small section, so I don't know.
Sum up Rovers fans, absolute scumbag.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's it. No generalization on this show at all. Did you do Limerick and Cork there?
Yeah. Lahan got a late goal for Cork, so they're right behind Dundalk now with the pressure on Dundalk. And Pats are playing Rovers in a big game this week. It's a big fight for fourth, so Rovers need to go there and win, which I think they will do. I think they might sneak a 1-0.
Excellent stuff.
And by the way, for anyone who's watching, listening, you should check out Chris Forrester's goal against Bray on YouTube. It is an absolutely fantastic strike. Really good goal. Really good goal. A nomination for goal of the week. Absolutely.
Okay, excellent. Well, we'll get to goal of the week in a moment. Some La Liga action. Barcelona destroying Levante 5-0. Neymar, Rakitic, Sandro, Pedro and Messi.
Levante looked alright, and then Barca scored, and then they got a silly man sent off, and Messi missed a penalty. And
11 penalties missed now in his career.
Yeah, and I was like, that's it.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's not great at them. Like, no, but he is good at them. But like, his record
How
is
many has
not
he
that
taken?
good. His record is not a lot.
He has taken.
Well,
his shit, though.
he's been first choice really since Ronaldinho left.
You see, like, Messi's been playing.
Well, maybe
so long.
Henri might have taken 1 or 2.
It's kind of hard to talk about the Spanish league now. It's like Messi and Ronaldo scored again. Spoilers.
But see, the whole thing is though, if you put Real Madrid or Barcelona, if you put those players in to the Premier League, they do the exact same in there. Only Chelsea could probably shut them up, I'd say. With the defense they have, like Mourinho sort of thing.
Well,
like if you go through
this season,
go
the
through
Premier
Mad- go
League's
through
easy
go through Madrid's 11.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying
Yeah,
it's
like, they
repetitive
did-
and boring. I'm not saying it's
Yeah, I do agree, but like
Yeah,
I think
more competition there would be.
like
nice.
Atletico Madrid chucking it past them.
Atletico they're all right. Seville and Valencia are rejuvenated this year
Some
as well.
fantastic goals in the Spanish league this year. This week end.
Yeah,
Um,
no, it was been.
Hernandez scored a volley from outside the box.
That was a great goal.
That
Yeah.
might be my goal of the week.
Okay,
or
so
the
that was-
Navas against Atletico Madrid.
So that was Deportivo against Madrid. Ronaldo got a hat trick. Bale got 2. Ham got 1, and Chicharito got 2. This is just like This is incredible
It
stuff.
was just pro stuff. They were just shooting
Yeah.
from the edge of the box and going in. Like it was just.
They're an amazing team, and I was very skeptical.
He's still sticking with Cruz as well in the defensive.
Yeah, that's. I was getting. They hadn't had the best run in the league.
Does
It
he have
seems,
anyone else, or is Kadira?
Iler Mendy.
yeah.
They're grooming him. He is talented. Like he was just a big green last year.
He was definitely, but they didn't have a great run so far in the Liga. But it seems that Champions League result did them no end of good. Not that Deportivo were a tippy top team, but you can see Madrid do this to most teams. I think
That's it. Like they do it to any team in Europe. Like they destroyed Basel last season. And so it was my earlier point on Barcelona. It's the longest. I think it's the best run they've ever had from starting a season without conceding a goal. They've played one Champions League and they've played Villarreal away, Athletic Bilbao at home, Levante away. So they're actually I know they haven't played any of the massive games, but they've had really tricky games.
So basically, Liverpool shouldn't sign their old keeper because he was terrible.
Because who? Valdez?
Yeah, he was a problem, obviously.
Obviously, yeah. Not that they dropped PK or anything.
Have you gone cold on Valdez again?
I've gone cold on Liverpool in general.
But he's not even a part yet. Surely he's our saving grace. And you covered Valencia there.
Alcácer, Gomez, and Rodrigo penalty. Really good game. Valencia look good this year. They
Excellent.
look really exciting and young, and I think they could challenge Atletico Madrid for third.
People have gotten into trouble for such sentences.
What?
They look really
Can
exciting.
someone cut that out? Like, we've got some talented listeners. If you just want to cut out that really exciting and young and just put it on repeat, and I'll make it my ringtone
Yeah, make some drops.
whenever Dan calls me.
Yeah, just pause for editing. I don't know.
Really exciting young.
Edit it.
All right. So Danny Eiger came out today and just said that him and
He came
Brendan
out?
didn't like each other at all. Come on, that wasn't as obvious. He came out in the media today.
Yeah, he did come out again. Came out twice. He's that guy.
I think we okay.
If he were on iTunes, we'd be explicit, wouldn't he?
Oh yeah, definitely. But I think this was pretty obvious, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't playing well for a while. It's
Is
just
that the
because
reason?
Liverpool aren't doing very well. We bought a couple of centre backs, and he definitely wasn't. But he's talking I'm very straightforward, and Rodgers is very not straightforward.
Yeah, he was.
And also, you don't know what their questions are, to be honest. I never believe these interviews. There's a famous Joe Cole when he signed for Liverpool, and he was like, "Are these the best team in the league?" He was like, "They were up there." It was like next day in the paper, Joe Cole says Liverpool are the best team in the league. Or even the one Wenger did an interview there, and I think he was interviewed, and the question was, "Do you think Welbeck can be as good as Henry?"
Yeah.
And then, he said, "No, but he can definitely learn from him and get better." And then one paper said Welbeck can learn from Henry. The other one's Welbeck is a new Henry, says Wenger.
Yeah, there was literally nothing Wenger could say there. He probably said he actually did make sense what he was saying. It's if I say this guy is the new Henry, first of all, I'll look like an idiot. Secondly,
Actually,
the
if I'm
pressure
moving
on
to spit
Welbeck.
for the week, I have Wenger as one of my many options.
Yeah, the whole the Ronaldo stuff.
No,
Yeah,
I
it was
had the.
I nearly signed Ronaldo.
Yeah.
I had the phone ad.
Okay, we'll get there. Joe, you know what? We'll cover the league first, then we'll do Spoofer and Hero last. Okay, so do you want to do goal of the week first?
Too many options.
I have one. Pablo Hernandez off Celta Vigo.
Okay,
Long ball into the box.
I did see it.
And it was over Godin's head, and it was gone. And he just flicked his heel out, and it put keeper the wrong way. I've never seen. Oh, it was incredible.
Yeah.
It was if he tries that 100 times, he'd never do it again.
I would go
Oh,
with that.
incredible goal.
I saw Vine of that. It was incredible.
Really good goal.
I'm probably going to go for Di Maria.
Okay,
One, because
very fair.
it was a great goal, and two, you remember that Australian chap commentating from the World Cup?
Oh, him, the guy who curses all the time.
He's back, and the
He's
Di Maria-
back. It's
and
like Timber Joey.
Yeah,
back.
and he the quote was something like, "He looks like a bloke that'll sell you some bad cocaine at the back of a supermarket, but can he grace the ball into the net?"
Awesome.
So for two reasons, really. But there you
Okay.
go, United fans.
Cool. What's this teaser of the week? Is this a new segment?
Yeah, it's a new segment.
Okay, go for it.
So essentially, the new segment of this we're going to hope to do every week is we're going to ask this to everyone, and then anyone on Twitter listening has to reply, and then the first person wins. Well, don't win anything. This win pride and joy.
And don't cheat by listening to this thing that you can listen to only on the internet by using the internet to get the answer.
Yeah, we're blocking Google if you listen to this. So the teaser this week is name 3 Spaniards to have played in England and also have scored in a Champions League final.
You told me it was Brazilians.
I definitely said Spaniards.
That's easier.
Yeah, I just know I was getting all these answers from you earlier.
Yeah.
He's like, John was saying, is it Cleverson? Was it Rocky Jr.? It's like, where are you getting these names from? It's like,
Okay,
so I think one already.
Do you know any of them? No, don't say it now because
three Spaniards to have played in England and scored in the Champions League. I certainly know one.
Yeah, we all know that one.
Okay, I know two. Okay, I've got two off the top of my head. Can I write in? Like via snail mail and open the letter myself, and even if I'm wrong, pretend I'm right.
I know, I'll be checking.
I'll see you next
If you win, we'll discuss anything you want on the podcast. Football wise.
Okay.
Not dancing for young and energetic.
All right, Dan and John, team of the week. John, you go first.
This is all Dan.
I thought you had one there. Go ahead.
No, I ran out there. Speroni and goalie made a few good saves. Chambers looked alright. Winston Reid got a goal. Lescott was really good.
Lescott was great.
I put your man Morgan in for Leicester. I thought he actually did. He kind of carried Leicester a bit. Milner was really good for City.
Yeah,
I put Ozil and Cambiasso and
I
your
would
man
have Di Maria
Sacco.
instead of Ozil.
Who?
Di Maria.
I think that's very fair, Dan.
Yeah, it was.
Well, they both got a goal and assist. But
Yeah, I don't know. Either or. And then Vardy and I put Welbeck up front, but I could also put Valencia up front.
Yeah, I think
I
Valencia's a
would
fair
have
shout.
put some more West Ham players in there, to be honest.
Oh, Downing has to be in there. Fuck that.
Yeah,
I'll take
Downing had a
Welbeck.
great game.
Downing in.
That's not
playing
gonna
the
come.
old false nine role.
He sure was.
Well, why didn't Brendan ever think of that?
Because Brendan thought it'd be a better idea to put him at left back.
Which it was. And then left him back in West Ham.
It's just
Okay, on this day, Jose Mourinho left Chelsea.
well, it was more this week.
This week in
It was
2007.
more on this week.
That's incredible.
I think that's an interesting one, isn't it?
On
Just
the- on
feel-
the way,
it doesn't
like-
feel that long ago, actually.
On
Yeah.
this day, today, and since Dan likes giving Hero of the Week for someone who did nothing but it's their birthday, happy 36th birthday to Liverpool, Leeds, and Galatasaray legend.
No!
How did you miss Harry Keele's birthday?
Because I haven't blocked from my internet searches.
I think we know who Spoofer of the Week is. You seem to know a lot about blocking stuff from internet searches and young, energetic. Okay, so... okay.
I was like one other thing before we get onto it.
Look what he's done now.
I'm alright.
Jesus, what I talk about is even worse. Watching Liverpool has made me very sad, so I had to watch something that make me enjoy football again. And I watched a documentary called Next Goal Wins,
Okay.
and it's about American Samoa. They're the worst team in the FIFA World Rankings.
Worse than Vatican City. Wait, do they even have a team?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Iraq
Liechtenstein
could be in it.
Liechtenstein.
Oh, they'd hammer them.
But they lost 31-0 to Australia.
I fucking remember this.
Yeah. And
Is that in a playoff for the World Cup?
Yeah.
So
So
was that qualifier?
yeah, they don't have they're not qualified enough to qualify, like be in the World Cup qualifiers, that they have to have another like mini tournament.
So they play all those tiny little islands.
Yeah.
Off like the
Okay.
Philippines.
And anyway,
stuff.
and it's about them, and they're fucking dreadful. Like they couldn't kick a ball, like, but they're like good bunch of lads, like. But like the only professional player is a goalie. I think he plays in America, and he's got like nightmares about this 31-0, like, and apparently he's just like open.
He's their best player. And
Yeah.
he conceded 31 goals.
And apparently he's up all night playing Australia on FIFA, like just.
Is this true?
Well, the coach said it. Anyway, they get hope. They call in help from the US, and they get this US coach and all. And it's just really good, and it's just their story, like. But it's really uplifting.
So they played again
solid.
and then it lost 24-0.
No, they didn't play Australia. Don't be mad.
So I listened to my first episode of the Anfield Rap.
Oh yeah.
Who's the bird on it?
Which one? There's an Arsenal one that they listen to, and then there's another one.
She seems to be a Liverpool fan.
All right, I'm not sure. They have many different guests.
Okay, all right. It wasn't too bad. It was pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, and one other thing about Next Goal Wins. One, watch it. But they have their first ever transvestite player to ever play in a World Cup qualifier.
And
What?
that's he play.
She
Was
plays
it
for
a
them.
he or a she?
Well, it
What's
was
it?
obviously you have to be a man to play in the World Cup.
Okay.
It was
it's
a she.
woman.
It was a she who.
Yeah, she now.
Okay, she now.
Okay, that's what I want to know.
She
But
now.
I'd advise watching it, if not just to see a transvestite play football.
Okay, awesome. Let's go to.
Spoof for the week.
Okay, there's so many options here.
I've got I don't know. It's a very funny one. Some guy he scored in. He was some. I think he's a player from Cameroon. He's playing out in Brazil in the Brazilian leagues, and he scored. He rounded the keeper and scored. And the crowd went mad, like 50,000 people, and he got to jump over the hoardings.
Yeah.
And all the all like the stewards, like they can see what he's going to do. They're telling him to just like they're pointing that way. They're essentially just telling him to move on, and he doesn't listen. So he jumps over. He falls down a manhole on the other side of the hoardings. And literally, he falls down. The two stewards have to get him. A player goes and reaches him out. He says like he gets up his back is killing him. He's dragged back to the pitch.
Is there footage of this?
Yes, it's on YouTube.
Poor man. That's a good one.
I have a few. The Belgrade fans that played Spurs who put up a sign, only Jews and pussies.
Yep.
In the only fools and horses thing.
Yep.
That was terrible.
The
That was
Ajax
awful.
fans who went to Paris and put up a sign saying the only Paris we like is the one who made the sex tape. And I also have
That's not bad.
okay, I just wanted to mention this.
Good. That could have gone
I
either
also
way
have
for me.
Nike, because if you look at all the Nike kits that they've released this season, they're all the exact same, just a different colour.
Yeah, I'd heard about this. Very lazy stuff.
And do you want to put Newcastle in there for the whole Gutierrez releasing him when he had cancer, or
Did they know when they released him?
They released
because
him.
They had him in a contract that he could only play a certain amount of games, and they'd have to give him a pay rise. So that's why they loaned him out to Norwich at the end of last year.
Okay.
And he had another year in his contract. And since
But
he's
did they not
there
just come to a
anymore-
mutual agreement?
Well,
That's generally what happens.
sorry
in
about
these
the
things.
cancer thing. Sorry about the lost testicle. Way you go.
You also had Wenger as a spoofer, did you know?
Oh yeah,
What
there's this phone ad where he's like, "Oh, I couldn't get by. I couldn't have won this Premier League without this phone that came out 10 years after." But he starts asking all these celebrity questions. They're all like, "Hey Wenger, what do you think about Ozil?" And then there's this blog about Arsenal, right? And it's not a very clever name. But to hear Arsene Wenger, like, they ask it, like, probably a pretty good question, like, just like, what do you think about the financial situation at Arsenal at the minute? But he has to say who's asked the question's names. So all you hear is Wenger saying, "Well, Arse blog."
Oh god. Is this for real?
Yeah,
Yes.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah,
Well, Arse blog.
yeah, it's a good blog apparently, but it is called Arse blog, the official
So
blog
Arse
of Arsenal.
blog. Oh, mercy.
Okay, that's phenomenal. Okay, hero of the week. I've got two.
I give it to Chilino for celebrate with the old fans.
Okay, Dan's going to give it a surprise. He's
Oh my god, at this time.
I'm
It's not the best setup we have here. In terms of
Stop!
holding a
Don't
mic.
bury the studio. Oh, by the way, I'm looking for now that we actually have an official studio. There's a room in the abode here that is 100% dedicated to the podcast now and music recording and stuff. So I'm thinking of like I need a name for the studio, and I'm maybe thinking of having it like the something memorial studio.
It's
I
a
don't
shame
know.
Arse blog is taken.
It's
Arse blog.
no idea. I'll be up all night like the I like that keeper thinking about the 31-0. But so yeah, no, a name would be great if anybody would like to suggest it on the Twitter at ITK Soccer Show. So you're going to stun the world here and nominate the Leeds chairman,
President.
El Presidente.
You have to call him president.
Okay, I'm sure you do,
Who
and
was your
I'll
man
never
actually
make
in
that
Italy
mistake.
who scored a goal and went up and kissed his granny?
Oh, I don't know.
Someone did.
Someone did in Italy. Sorry. I have two honourable
Sorry.
mentions with Gutierrez and Van Basten. They're both not looking well health-wise.
What's wrong with Marco?
I honestly don't know. I
He
just
stepped
heard that.
down.
Yeah, he
Was it
stepped down.
Ajax?
Ajax, yeah.
He stepped down there. Apparently he's not well.
Ah, that's no good. And obviously Gutierrez, yeah. Well,
Or Big Man Balotelli. Who,
no,
who-
yeah.
yeah, sorry. You go.
I want to do that one. My two are the first person I'd like to nominate is the writer or director of that Cadbury's ad. The fact that they could get Giles and
Did we not
but-
mention this last week?
Well, no, it came out in last Tuesday.
the fact that they got Giles and Dunphy to do that. And they
Giles
got Giles
dancing.
at
Giles
the end.
dancing is just, oh my god.
it is the worst thing.
By worst, you do mean the most entertaining ad you've ever seen.
It is hilarious, to be honest.
Like, why would they get two people who looks like their face have been melted off to advertise chocolate?
I would just have to say, why not?
What you
Replace
get?
chocolate with ecstasy, and I'd buy the ecstasy.
Well, I'm fairly sure Aidan Dunphy's on cocaine in
I
that
don't
ad.
think Giles can be shilling yips on national television.
If I could
Not
have
anymore.
any
Baby,
less respect, for
Brady
him,
baby.
Brady Baby. There were so many little good gags. That I thought it was very rewarding.
The monkey that played the drums in that Dairy Milk ad looked more real than Eamon Dunphy.
People still hope to this day that, or still the rumor is that was in fact Phil playing the drums.
I'm sure it was.
I'd hope it was. My second nomination
Really?
would be My second nomination would be Mario Balotelli. The man donated a 5-figure sum to the Manchester Dogs home that went on fire this week. He also scored his first goal for Liverpool, a crucial goal in our return to Europe at the top flight. And he also tweeted out, lol, Manchester United.
By the way, that was
then-
shocking what
and then got
the abuse he got.
Severe abuse, and he's just...
Was it Man United fans? I presume it was.
Yeah, of course it was. Well, of course it was. They were very, very angry.
Terrible abuse.
This is a pocket of Man United fans, let's be fair here. And there's probably, any big club with that amount of supporters.
Oh, yeah, you're going to get bad.
You are. But I just think, he's just done so much stuff, but not stuff that, you'd be like, oh, fuck Mario. It's like he's kind of... His zaniness has become slightly productive.
In a way, though, he's boo for the week for his performance against West Ham.
He wasn't that bad. He was just very slow.
I don't... Why... What
He
was
had an
worse?
assist, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't think he was exceptionally bad.
I suppose there was nobody good, so...
Exactly. No, I
the whole Liverpool team was boo for this week.
No, I don't. I'm sure there's worse.
It's worth a shout, yeah. Again, I'd want to wait till the Middlesbrough game, to be honest.
Is that
Yeah.
tomorrow?
Okay, let's talk about that. Let's finish with that. But yeah, I'm gonna just. I think Balotelli is a really fair shout. There are 3 incredible things just for the fucking donation to the Dogs Trust.
No, I saw it on Facebook. I actually shared
what
it.
a
I think.
week
I think
for him.
I shared it. I tried to put it on
Yeah.
the group.
And what about the photo he put up with Gerrard?
Oh, it was lovely.
I think he's just.
getting that framed as your wedding present.
I am. Oh, thank you, please.
Where's that actual picture of Jared I bought for you last year? Is that hanging up in the...
See, I'm now that I have this studio in here, I have to put a shitload of stuff up. I'm gonna push the this is very, very good radio, trust me. I'm gonna push the table over into the corner here, right? So your backs will be against the wall, as you are most times dealing with somebody as sharp as me. But I'm gonna have you over there.
Better safe than sorry, I suppose.
And I'm gonna have a TV and many other and the drum kit and the keyboard and stuff set up over here. So it's gonna be a really...
So we can play instruments while doing the podcast.
We can
Can
play
I have
instruments and
one
football.
more honourable mention for Hero of the Week?
Go for it.
I'm obviously pronouncing this poorly, but Paderborn are top of the German league, and they were in Division 1 last year, and they got there by scoring a goal from 83 yards.
What?
Yeah, I heard about this. I didn't know it was...
Stoppenkamp got it. Keeper off it. Stoppenkamp. So yeah,
Well,
got a bit of German in me.
Chelsea got Stoppenkamp. They were unstoppable.
Why was this not nominated for Goal of the Week?
Because I wanted to bring them up the whole story, the good lads.
Fucking hell. This is a lot of shit I've yet to check out. Okay, looking at Tuesday's Capital One Cup fixtures, Arsenal and Southampton. That
Who
could
are
be very
United
good.
playing? Ah.
See all the jokes about Man United. It's Arsenal are going to Dortmund, Man United... Liverpool playing Man United watching EastEnders.
I did indeed. Let's see. So that'd be interesting to see Arsenal doing
It's
it.
strange to see United suffer a European hangover after just watching it on the TV, you know?
This is ridiculous. I'm
Your
so
turn.
glad. I'm so glad that Tommy. No, I'm so glad that Tommy made us that little picture of us as Man United players. We'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
using as the thumbnail.
I love the way I've got Welbeck's arms and legs on me,
Oh, I thought you were just tanned.
very tanned. Just had a
Liverpool,
hat on that day.
Liverpool and Middlesbrough, which is actually on Sky Sports. That's going to
Money
be
on
interesting.
Middlesbrough.
Money on
Is that in
Middlesbrough.
the Riverside, is
Give
it?
us the injury list, please, for Liverpool.
The whole midfield is gone. Well, Jarrett should be gone. There's no way you can play 4 matches in that amount
It'd be
of time.
foolish to play him. I think. Foolish.
Allen's coming back from injury, will be unfit. Henderson's gone. Coutinho's gone.
Sturridge is still
By the way,
out.
there's some big games in the weekend, actually. There's the
Rossiter
North
Derby.
London Derby and the Merseyside Derby.
Merseyside Derby's going to be about 5-5. I'm putting
It was
that as my
3-3 last year, wasn't it?
What?
It was 3-3 last year.
3-3 last year, which was one of the
And
games.
then it was 5-1. Do you remember, was it?
4-0.
4-0.
But yeah, neither team can defend. Liverpool can't score.
And
goals,
both teams are
Everton can.
losing.
So it should be fun.
Chelsea against Bolton and City against Man City
You're
against
saying there is interesting Southampton.
Sheffield.
Southampton there against Arsenal.
Yeah.
You think,
Everton
think Southampton would take this cup seriously? Because they have a chance of winning it.
Everton are the worst team in all 4 leagues, bar Nice, with goals conceded.
Really? Everybody's talking
Where's
about
Seamus Coleman? Is he injured? Because they're playing Stones right back. It's bizarre.
Coleman scored against Arsenal.
He did.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, I guess
Second
so.
game of the
I
year.
think Liverpool won that weekend. No, they didn't actually. That was City.
Okay, so into the mic. There
Leeds
you go.
won that year. That year. We won a game
We
this
get
year.
it.
Just as unlikely.
Leeds pick up victories occasionally.
Mirko Antonucci with 2 goals and 2.
Who?
Same with Solomon Dakar.
I tell you.
Okay,
That's
so
I want my jersey now.
City against Wednesday and Spurs against Forest on Wednesday as well. Chelsea and Bolton. You could see you'd see the Premier League sides picking that up pretty easy. Yeah.
Except
There's
for
always a
Middlesbrough,
few.
Liverpool.
There's always a few mad results though. The Championship or League One teams like
there's some pretty
like
good fixtures here.
Sheffield United are always really good.
It's
in
going to
these
be
cups for some
2-2
reason.
after extra time, and Liverpool to go out in penalties.
Did
You just
Northampton
wouldn't
nearly
be
beat you? Oh
surprised,
no, who
really.
was it? Lovely.
Excuse me.
Who nearly beat you last? No, got to catch extra time. Was it?
Last year.
Yeah.
Last year we got knocked out by United. So
No, it was in the 3rd round or 2nd round. Enda Stevens played the forward Rovers player. He played left back.
I don't know. We won 4-2 anyway.
Was it Notts County?
That's the one.
Yeah.
It's time for our fantasy football. Okay. Now
Did we
for
not talk about it enough, did we?
Okay, no, exactly. We're going to give the results here of the last week. 174451.
That's the code, not the results.
525.
That's what I got this week, lads. I'm not good.
I tweeted it out.
What's the point of me reading if you're going to talk over me? I'll try again.
Try again.
1744. Okay. So
Here, I'll read it out
in
then.
10th place we have Seamus. He just hasn't been the same.
Poor
since-
Shamu.
Yeah, since he's
Is he bottom, is he?
bottom. Yeah.
He did start 2 weeks late though.
That doesn't matter.
Well, you are a few points.
It
back.
certainly matters to him.
Yeah.
John is in 9th.
20-something points, was it? Di Maria saving me with like 11.
John is in 9th on 225. Tommy has kept 8th place, I think, for the last 3 weeks.
Too busy photoshopping to to his fantasy team.
And we really do appreciate it.
Yeah, you keep the Photoshop coming.
We have Enda. It seems that all the Man United begrudgers are doing shite in the in the L Fantasy.
Put
They
two
just-
United defenders as captain or something.
Yeah, Blackett as captain or something. 4
I've,
goals and a
I've
red card.
moved on up. I am now mid-table.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Mid-table mediocrity for Neil.
I'm number 6. Is number 5 there. That was probably too high to actually come out. You do know that.
Fall from grace.
Sorry to anyone listening there.
Ron, let me just have a look at that sound wave there. That might have been too harsh. Oh dear. All right. We have Ronan O'Reilly at 4th place there. Rob Normal at 3rd. Gary Kieran.
Who's he?
Who the fuck is Gary Kieran?
Gary's moved up now. This is his first time in 2nd place.
If he wins it, it'll just be like, who?
And in 1st place is Dan. Incredible. Dan, you're 22 points ahead. The gap between you and 2nd place is the biggest gap between 9th and 10th in terms of points. Like, don't want to say running away with it.
Oh, I extended my lead. I think I got the highest this week, did I?
I'm not too sure. But that's an incredible score. Yeah, the only bigger points gap between places is
9th and 10th.
Seamus because he joined late.
Get in!
That's
Well
amazing.
done, John.
Yeah.
That code again is 174451-525194. I'll
see?
tweet it out again.
You see? That's
Yeah.
how you do it.
Very good.
Yeah, respect.
I have to put my
Respect,
home
mate.
number in there when I was trying to interrupt Neil, so I don't live there, so please don't call that number.
So
I don't live in my home.
Excellent. Okay, so what other Premier League matches are coming up this weekend?
I think I kind of mentioned this for the big two.
Yeah. The North London Derby, is it?
Yep.
Not
And
the South East London Derby.
it's North.
North London Derby.
It's London Red against Millbrook.
Is that right?
I think it's those two, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good. All right, well, that was just that was a real feast of football. I actually felt like we were pretty good for a while there. We really just kind of like gave the news and stuff. There was a lot of news.
Some bad news.
Who's going to win the league, lads?
Chelsea.
Chelsea now already done it.
Yeah,
They got a point away from City, though.
talking to them like
Why
that.
much as Frank Lampard
don't we
was
predict the top 4 now, just very quickly? And it's not going to stand for our predictions, but if right now, looking at it,
What's the point?
because I want to ask them.
Okay, I think top 4 will be City.
To win it?
This
No.
is from number 1 now.
Okay, sorry, Chelsea, City, United, Liverpool.
What?
That is bloody madness.
John, are City going to get top 4 now this time, or are they still going to finish 5th?
Actually, I think I had them 6th. Yeah, City to win it. Chelsea to come second. Liverpool third. Arsenal fourth.
Liverpool third.
I'm sticking the exact same four I had. Chelsea, City, Arsenal, Liverpool.
All right. On that bombshell, at least we have this written down somewhere. We'd like to thank everybody for listening. You can get all the archive shows at what's the name of the website?
No website.
What do you mean no website?
No, there is. This is not out
Just
yet.
follow us at.
Just follow us on Twitter.
I'm
Twitter's good.
hilarious.
Okay, you can
And,
get all the
and don't
archive.
forget to we'll tweet the teaser out again. So
Okay, you can get all the
Answers
archive.
to the teaser on internet.
Sorry, answer. Oh yeah, no, don't Google the answers.
yeah, don't be gay. No.
Oh my god, they're so annoying. Like, we were so good. They're like, in Spoof of the Week talking about how all these, racist people are terrible, but yet like the homophobia is running amok today.
PK didn't score in the Champions League final, did he?
No,
No,
wait.
no, he didn't.
Did he?
PK is not the answer. One of the answers, no.
Okay.
I'll reveal all after the show.
So-
When I beat
Oh,
Neil
yeah.
again in pro.
No.
I don't think so.
Oh, I got no.
Okay.
No, Eto wasn't Spanish.
That's all.
I don't think. I think he still isn't. Would you believe?
He did play for Mallorca and Barcelona and Real Madrid, though.
So that counts.
Oh yeah, I forgot about his Madrid spell. Anyway, right, let's wrap this up. The archive shows are available on your YouTube channel,
Yes.
which is
Daniel O'Carroll.
Daniel
Or
O'Carroll.
we might put us on.
And they're on a
iTunes this week.
playlist. They're on a
Yeah.
playlist as well, so it'll be 1 to 10 now.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, there you
You're going to try and get us on iTunes. Is that correct?
Yeah, got a cult that can get Steve Jobs back in the 10 apparently.
Okay.
Like I kind of ran at that joke before thinking of it.
Okay, and the the Twitter handle one more time.
ITK Soccer Show.
All right, guys, thank you very much for listening. We'll be back Tuesday next week with all the fallout from the past week of football at that time. That's pretty much how it
So,
goes.
Hopefully
out.
next
Liverpool
week,
win
next
again.
week Fallout.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully Liverpool win again. That'd be nice.
Leeds are going for 3 in a row.
Actually, I might not be here next week.
Why?
I have to work overtime at work. I might be here. We'll see.
Shamu?
Shamu, you have my number, baby.
Enda, we need to talk about suits and stuff.
Dave? You talk about
Fuck 'em.
loafers with no socks?
Nah.
Whoever gets there first, lads.
Yeah.
Whoever gets the teaser right first gets on the show.
Well, we might get End on. He's been saying that he'd want to come on, and I think he has a lot to say to you specifically, Dan.
If Barcelona lose this weekend,
Yeah,
then
I'll
be
make
here.
it happen. I'll just mediate. I'll just sit back
I
and
have to
enjoy.
do overtime too.
I'll play the keyboard in the corner. So it'll just be me and Enda.
Yeah.
All right, baby, you bring the wine. Okay, we'll be back next week with God knows who.
McMahon and Son, Van Nistelrooy, Grimaldi, Lepper, Van der Sar, Viol and Piqué, Luis Enrique, Bernali and Ibrahim Bar, Del Piero, Montero, Felipe Manero, Van Gogol, Viali, Lasso, Divac, McAllister, Ashley and Pallister, Molina, Blinker and Joe, Simon, Roger, Modric, Bassam, Stewart, Chris Gasper, Chris Marston, Benito, Carbone, Pemberton, Matty, Lamar, Amakachi, Olandi and Become Anani. Lady Harry, Hachimovic, Howie, Diago and Laurent Robert, Eric O'Neister and Gianluca Festa, Gillespie and Billy Palbert, Paolo Futrane and Keller, Cafu, Martin Seller, Joe Women, John Markenov, Gerard Neil Miller, Defy, Carlos Queller, John Harley and Damien Duff, Steve Paul, Marcus Tugai, Andy Yuppie, Hodgins and Dimitri Karin, Danny Vibrizevic, Vladimir Begovic, Ashley and Gary Breen, Anderson, Breville, Letizia, Petrol, Deep Mali, or John de Castile, Gapstam, Montega, Ariel, Ortega, Pietro, and Laura Laville, Albertini, Timani, Diero, Negroni, Candela, Facundo Savard, Steve Stone, Diami, Otto Cavame, Dean Austin, and Louis Savard, Richard Shaw, and Henry, Andreas, Lindsay, Dean Richard, and Luca Pasotto, Ian Moby, Educa, and Pedro Toluca, Dave Besson, and Wilson McCotto. Huckabee, Ringel, Waka, Ringel, and Carlos Sebastian Frey, Secretariat, Sagan, Mario, Rodican, Christopher Ray, Rob, Scout Maradona, Vincent Maradona, Intagi, Chris Armstrong, Goals, Shipwreck of Zola, Lee Anadola, Squeer, and all of the calls, David Speedy, Fulvio, Paul Dixon, Steve Dorado, Weapon, and Oliver Kahn, Christoph De Gary, and Nadia Gary, Franzica Johnson, Chahan, Judy Matruscu, Eleni Matruscu, Mallory, Young Cotton, Catherine Lombard, Hamilton, Wicker, Vexer, Muzamper, and Fink, Lars Bain, and Sergio Ferrer, Alessandro, Spencer, Buchanan, and Bay, Maxi Rodriguez, and Jose Dominguez, and Donato Gales, and Trey, Rufus, Previously, Colton, Mendes, Carl Walton, Sebastian Schemmel, and Ekman, Beckham, and Hallelujah, Alan, Shane, Nicola, Chris Ekman, Moody, Lazzaro, De Villa, Iole, Dallas, and Ellis, and Fox, Vivian, Lolly, O'Brien, and Lonnie, Isaac, and Digby, and Cox, Yari, Lemon, and Foxes, Ronaldo, and Bobby, Lydia, Maya, kitchen table for one. We must have order and really a locker. I'm a query, lost in colors, the regular column, material, and mockers in my day. Hip hop, I think, and just get some idea.